Alright, so I'm going to show off some of the features on the new R7. This is obviously my first built prototype, so everything is working, everything's good, so I'll show you everything on this gun. Firstly, it's gassed up right now, so I'm going to degas it and just quickly take it apart just to show you. So you can see it degasses inside the gun, which is nice because it's not going to spray on your hands, it's not going to spray at the bottom of the gun, so it's a good safety feature. And yeah, so there you go with that. And here, I'll show you how it all comes apart quick. Right now I've got it configured with the pump handle, which obviously is the best option because with the both side cocking, it's considerably smoother than if you're cocking it on one side, as in if using it in the bolt action configuration, which is nice because you get to play with it like this, and it'll be smoother when the gun's anodized because it's harder on the inside. So all the guns going out will be quite slick in bolt action configuration, but pump handle is still better just because of the both side cocking. So single screw on the top like a Phantom, and you can mount a Phantom feed on there if you desire to set it up. You could set this gun up in a full configuration with a long barrel. You could put a hopper on here, anything you want really. So obviously auto cocker threading, pretty obvious. You want to take the guts apart now. Pop out your front frame screw, which is a CCI knurled thumb screw, and bam, you got all your, you can actually take the whole gun apart with all that assembled if you want to get to the internals. Pop one screw, slide the whole thing apart, everything's accessible. You can do that while the gun is gassed up because this valve is bolted to the frame, so it's not going anywhere. Even if this thing is fully pressurized, you can keep that completely separate, clean the internals, whatever you want, while the gun's pressurized. Obviously, you can take the valve off like so. You can't do this while it's pressurized. It's gonna leak air. It's gonna jump up and vent. So it's safe in that way too. You can't actually, nothing terrible is gonna happen if you try to take it apart while it's pressurized. Just don't do it because it's gonna spray in your face or something. So there's the valve configuration here. You can see this little brass fitting with the O-ring. This is what allows it to plug into the frame and allows the air coming up from the pierce line, which is installed this way through the frame. The pierce pin is an individual component with a Teflon seal, which should basically last a lifetime. And you can see in here that the trigger, pretty basic. There's a set screw holding the trigger pin in, so it's nice and clean. There's no pressed pins. The pin that holds the spring in for the trigger, you can take it out by just taking off the grip panel and then knock it out, and it'll, because it's actually held in by the grips. So yeah, there's your grip frame there. Here's your mounting screws. There's your, everything inside there. And then obviously you got your standard internal CCI hammer. That's the bolt inside there. So I'll throw that back together right now. Yeah, so reassembly, pretty simple obviously. I generally put the hammer in because it's easier to put it in first with the spring. And then you got your bolt inside there. Slide it all together. There we go. That barrel back on. Then I think the gun looks really cool without the feet on it. Kind of looks a lot like a Ruger, Mark III with the 45 frame. It's almost identical actually. It's pretty cool. So I don't know. It'd be fun playing with it like this, just loading in first strikes. Snipe some people off with it. Okay, I put the feet on here. There we go. And I'll put the pump on because it's so much smoother for cocking. And it's just nice cocking with a pump. Alright, I'm going to gas it up now. Dun, dun, dun. Nice easy pierce. Obviously it's an auto pierce design, so the gun is gassed up now. And you can fire it. Easy to shoot. Full 10 rounder. Stick it in the back. Boom, boom, boom. Eventually I'll probably make a cap that goes on here as well, or we'll go with an extended tube that has a, you know, feed gate. But personally, I prefer these jam feeds because you can, you know, if you only got a few balls left, you'll know as soon as you tilt the gun back. So I like playing with it like this. So, yeah, full setup. There you go. It points really well. The grip, as you can tell, is very, very, very ergonomic. It feels very natural, and obviously the balance point is honestly, it's like right in the middle. So aiming and balance are really good with this gun. The weight is identical. The identical weight, like within that's within 50 grams basically, the weight, so they're very, very, very close in weight. So if you're used to your nail spot, you're gonna find with this gun very, very much the same sort of feel to it. It is pretty heavy. I kept, you know, a lot of extra weight in the gun. This is all solid. There's a lot of solid in here to give it that good original feel. But all the good pistols are heavy. I mean, my very favorite up until now was the PGP with the K-frame, and these also weigh about the same. So this one's obviously front heavy, which is cool because front heavy guns spin really well. Spinning with this guy's not bad actually. Let's pull this off. I'll try to do a cool spin here. It's pretty good. Without being really front heavy, it's not going to be perfect. If you want to make these things spin like really well, best way would be to take some weight out of the frame, so you keep all this weight, and then it would obviously spin up really well. So for now, obviously, this is perfectly balanced in the middle, which is going to give you all around the most pointability. The gun will aim itself, and you'll be able to hit everything you're shooting for. So yeah, this thing's gonna rock, and I'm gonna field test it this weekend. So hopefully I'll get to go get a lot of kills with this thing. I was spinning it cocked. That's pretty stupid. Yeah. So fucking A.